Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here, bringing you another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday. And today I want to go over Cisco AnyConnect or Cisco VPN in depth as a level 1 IT support guy. So what do I mean by that? I want to go over everything about Cisco AnyConnect, how to connect to VPN, and I want to show you things that you should be checking when you're helping a user, when you're helping a client, etc., etc., etc. So before I go into that, if you're new to my channel, I do CompTIA videos, I do IT support videos. I talk about how to get into desktop support, tech support, IT support. I also do job interviews as well. I interview people from different companies and different IT environments, and I go live here and there. I do live training sessions. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you know when I go live. And I'm gonna share my screen with you right now. So let's go right into this. All right. And I've been waiting to make this video, but I've been super busy about it. So sorry about that. I've been avoiding it because I'm other, busy. So. All right, so let me share my screen with you. Give me a second. All right, troubleshooting VPN in depth. So this is troubleshooting VPN in depth for level 1, just level 1. There's no level 2 or any of that. This is for desktop support, IT support, tech support. People that are new in IT that are helping the user with VPN issues. All right, so you need to understand that when you log in and you connect to whether it's Citrix, whether it's your mail app, or it's Cisco AnyConnect, the VPN, you always gotta have some sort of authentication. So you have to log in with your username and password, but then there's some sort of authentication. So what do I mean by that? There's an authentication so basically you have to allow it on your device. So you'll have this application which is called the mobile or RSA or Google Authenticator, and it might give you a code. It might give you a temporary bypass code. You might get a push, you might get a notification, you might get a call me, like it's like in this picture right here. So you have to keep in mind that part of working with Cisco AnyConnect, because we're talking about Cisco AnyConnect today because the majority of the world uses it. You have to have two-factor authentication allowed on that person's mobile phone. So say for example his name is Jeff Smith or whatever, he has to have dual on his phone, otherwise VPN will not work. You click connect, and it just doesn't do anything. It's not gonna work. So you have to have them have dual mobile or whatever, whatever your company is using. Every company is different. I'm not gonna tell you that the company you're gonna work for, they're gonna have dual. Maybe another company might have RSA, maybe one might have Google Authenticator, maybe one might have something else. So the reason I'm going over this is because you have to know this. You have to understand how VPN works, and you have to know about authentication. So, and that's part of a job requirement as an IT guy. So that's why I'm going over as an IT girl. So I'm going over this. So there is a send me a push, call me, enter a passcode, and then once you do that, you're able to connect to VPN. So that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna show you step by step everything that usually goes on when you're doing these things. All right. So common issues that you will deal with when it comes to dealing with VPN issues. So you have an issue where either their account is locked out. So you might have to go into Active Directory and unlock their account. Their password is expired. So I'm going to show you everything I'm talking about right now. I'm going to connect into my virtual machine, right? And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So let's just say, for example, it's just hypothetical. Obviously, it's not, it's not like a real person, but Aaron Wells, right? Maybe his account is locked out. You don't know. So you might have to go into Active Directory. So you might, I have a shortcut here. So if you want to get into it, you might have to go into Server Manager, and then you might have to go into Tools, and you might have to go into Active Directory, Users and Computers. And then when you click on that, it's my VM's a little slow. Pardon me about that. Just give it a second. When you click on that, it should pop up. So yeah, it's freezing for me. There we go. Oh, it's because it needed updates. All right, that's fine. When you click on that, I'm gonna close out of that. When you click on it, it should open up, and then it's not gonna be on. Obviously, it's not gonna be on users. It's gonna be on kevtech.local, whatever your domain name is, whatever. I'm not gonna, it could be msp.com, whatever. Obviously, you could right click on it and search for the user and just put their name here. So like I have Aaron Wells, he's right there. Or you could go to the users folder. Depending how your environment is set up, it will have multiple folders and different OUs and stuff like that. I don't want to go in depth in that. I just want to show you what goes on with Cisco AnyConnect or Cisco VPN. So then you search for the user and you double click on them and then unlock account. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You don't gotta do anything else. Nothing fancy. Like, can you please try to connect again to VPN? sure, and then they hit connect, and then they put the password in, and then they get a notification on their phone, and then after they get a notification on their phone, then they allow it, and they're able to connect to VPN. So that's problem number one to solve that problem. Problem number one, passwords expire. You want to check that as well. So how do you check that? You go into Active Directory again. Obviously, when you do all this, you want to find out what their username is, what's their first name, what's their last name. The easiest way to make sure that the user is calling you, and it's the actual user themselves, and I'm going to tell you how to do this, is if you go into your dual mobile account. So everyone that has IT support, Helpdesk, or desktop support, they have a dual mobile account. You search for the user here, right? So like my name is Kevtech. You search for user here, and they should have their first name, their last name, their email address, and if you scroll all the way down, they should have their phone number down there. So I'm not gonna show you my number, obviously, but yeah, you know that's them because it's their phone number showing up right there. So they'll have their first name, their company email address, and their phone number, and then when they're calling you from the phone, you're like, oh, they're calling me from the phone, or you could ask them like, what's your phone number and what's your email address, and then when they tell you, they're like, okay, this is the real Aaron Wells. This isn't a fake Aaron Wells trying to get into the system. You want to make sure you do all that before you start changing passwords or unlocking accounts or anything. So just letting you know that's part of IT. That's part of IT support. Help desk. It's confirming who the user is, especially when you're working from home now. You want to make sure that that person that you're working with or you're dealing with is the actual person. It's not some random guy trying to get into the system. Okay, so letting you know, be careful with that. Just make sure you confirm who the user is first before you start unlocking accounts. All right, so now that you confirm that it's him, okay, what's your username? Your name is Aaron Wells. Yeah, Aaron Wells, A Wells. Okay, let me see. And then you go into CMD, you type net space user, and you type Aaron Wells, right? Space / domain. So now their password expires. Actually, it expires this month. Just pretend that they're expired already, right? So like, I'm sorry. So what's going on is your account is expired. So this is the reason why you cannot log in. So this is the reason why you're having issues with your login. So we have to reset your password. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna help you reset your password, and then you basically reset your password. So you right click here, reset password. You put whatever you want. Don't put user must change on next login, because I notice that causes a lot of problems when people are connecting to VPN. Don't do that. Just uncheck that. Change the password for them. And then when you do that, while connected to VPN, do Control Delete and change password and help them do it that way. If that makes sense. So you change the password, and then when you do is can you please do me a favor? You're on VPN now. You do Control Delete and then change your password, and then you put the old password in, the one that you gave them, make a new one, and hit sign in and connect, and then make sure they're on VPN, and it should take the new password. Then when it takes the new password, you know that it's working, and you want to test it out. So you want them to, I know it's an insanity check, but just to make sure that they're not having issues, you want to make sure that they disconnect from VPN, they reconnect back to VPN, they get the dual mobile authentication on their phone, like whatever phone number they have, and after that, make sure that their password is working, the new one is working, and they can connect and everything, and you can leave them alone. All right, you're good to go. Is there anything else I can help you with? No, I'm okay for now. All right, thank you. You have a great day. So those are the kinds of issues you're going to have. Another issue you're going to have is account is locked out of Dual, RSA, or Google Authenticator. So, like I told you before, you have to have the authentication. It has to be there, because if it's not there, they can't log into VPN. This is for security reasons. All these companies have two-factor authentication because we have to make sure that it's them. It's not some random guy trying to get into the VPN. So for that, you go into the dual mobile console. Here it will say locked. You basically unlock the account. Here there'll be a locked screenshot, which I could show you if you want me to show you. Actually, let me just show you. Dual mobile locked screenshot. So you could see what it looks like. If I could find it. If I could find something here, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Found one. There we go. So this one, dual mobile locked out. show you. This one. See where it says active bypass? And what happens is, trying to get you a screenshot of it because I can't find one. Oh, here we go. Do mobile locked out. So the thing is that they get locked out, and it's gonna say something like that. So locked out for 90 minutes, locked out for 10 minutes, locked out for 40 minutes, and you have to click on active on whatever you have it set up on mine. You hit active, and then you hit save. There's a button called save down there. So you hit save, and then have them try logging in again, and it should work. It should work after that. So those are some weird issues you're gonna encounter, but that's basically what it is. And I'm being honest with you, you're gonna encounter that. Wi-Fi needs to work for VPN to work. Obviously, this is a common sense one. If they don't have Wi-Fi, VPN is not gonna work. You need Wi-Fi. You can't just connect on the fly. It doesn't work that way. So make sure they have Wi-Fi on VPN for it to work. VPN profile is missing on the C drive, or VPN certificate is missing. What the hell does that mean? I'm gonna go over that right now. Don't worry about it. So we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. Oh, and the last one was, I forgot to add it actually. Dual isn't getting notifications. So what do I mean by that? So if someone has dual mobile on their phone and they're connected to VPN, sometimes you have an issue where the user or the client has no service on their phone, and their phone service is really bad, and they don't get a notification, they don't get a call me, they don't get send me a push, they don't get a text message. It's because their phone is bad. So you might have to put them on Wi-Fi, you might have to restart the phone, and they're probably having issues connecting to VPN because it's a two-factor authentication. You got to allow it on your phone. Maybe their phone is messed up, so you got to make sure that their phone is working too. Part of logging into VPN is making sure that their phone is working. So if their phone is working, then you're not gonna have that problem. But sometimes you have a problem where there's no service on their phone, and then you can't do anything. You gotta give them a bypass code, like you gotta go here, and then you gotta give them a bypass code. So you click add a bypass code right here, and you give them a bypass code, and that will be the only way to actually let them in. And obviously we never do bypass status and then hit save changes and skip authentication. We never do that. If you do that in your job, you're gonna get fired. I'm telling you right now. Do not do that. So this is basically allows them to just log in automatically without any type of authentication. If they're connected to VPN, or they're going to webmail, or they're going to any website or anything that has to do with the company, and you have two-factor authentication enabled, and you do bypass for them, do not do that. If you do that, you're gonna get fired in your job. I'm letting you know right now. I'm not joking about that. So you're gonna get fired. Do not do that. Make sure it's always active. If not, give them a bypass code. All right. So how to troubleshoot. So now we gone over the basic stuff. Now I'm actually going to install it on this computer, and I'm going to show you what happens when you install Cisco VPN. And I'm sorry, this is going to be a really, really long video, but it's because you have to know this, okay? So now I'm going to install Cisco VPN. I'm going to open up my downloads folder. I have the client on here somewhere. If I could find it, because I do have it. Unless I installed Cisco already. Probably not. Packet tracer. Oh, here you go. So basically you go to the website. So the company. So you have to understand that in your environment, the company might have a web portal that they log into, and they download the Cisco AnyConnect client. So what do I mean by that? So the company that you're working for might have a certain website that they go to only, and that they have their own like MSI or .exe file that they download, and then when you download it, it installs the certificate, the profile, and their everything on the computer, and then you're able to use VPN after that. So it depends on the company. Other companies will like, can you go and download Cisco AnyConnect on the website? Download Cisco AnyConnect, and you might have to go into Cisco AnyConnect website, and you might have to download it right over here. You might have to go into downloads, and you might have to download the 4.7 one or whatever they give you, whatever version they have, because you got to remember that they have different versions. So maybe some companies don't support it. Maybe they do support it. I don't know. It depends on the company, like I said. So let's install it real quick. All right. I'm going to install it. So I'm going to hit run. And, it looks a little wonky, which is totally fine. So let's see if this does anything. It's supposed to work. So there we go. Next, next, next. install. And I want to show you how this works, all right? So you're gonna see on the bottom right-hand side a globe. If it's not open, you might have to open it. So you hit the start menu, you click Cisco AnyConnect, right? So now you have this weird thing, right? This strange thing, right? I am not sure what that is. I'm gonna click on it. So there's this thing called vpn.ine.com. I'm gonna connect to, yeah, I'm gonna connect to that one. That's what I'm gonna connect to. So this is a test VPN that was created for anyone that wants to test VPN, by the way. This was created. So you're gonna get that screen. You saw that message. This message, you're gonna get the screen if the certificate is not trusted or the site is not trusted. You could change the settings on it, obviously, and I'm gonna show you what happens when you do it. So when you work for a company, this is gonna be this is gonna be .com, whatever the name of the company. So it'll be like msp.com, whatever, you know. So some companies might have a name here. It has to have the name, and the name doesn't pop up unless you install the profile on the computer. So remember I told you about this? We went over this, like maybe a certificate is missing, the profile is missing. So where would you go to the profile? How would you go to the profile? How do you troubleshoot that? So as a level 1 technician, you need to know that sometimes these companies have profiles that you install on the local computer itself, on the laptop, or when you image the computer. So when you build a computer, you image it, it comes with VPN already, and it comes with a profile installed on it. So where's the profile located? So it's actually located right over here. I'll show you. So you go into C drive, local C, and it's not here. It's actually program data. So if you type program data, you hit space, you're gonna have this folder called Cisco. And you're gonna have this folder called Cisco AnyConnect Security, and you hit profile. And when you hit profile, there's gonna be a profile right over here. So it'll be your company profile, msp.com, I don't know, Amazon, Yahoo, Facebook, whatever. You're gonna have a profile right here. And then if that profile is right here, that means that it's correctly set up. And then you'll have a URL right here, because that profile works together with the URL down here on the bottom right-hand side. Just remember that. So if you're doing level 1 support or IT support, and your company, like the website is automatically in the bottom right-hand side. He knows the bottom right-hand side, and you're troubleshooting a computer and there is no website down there for some weird reason, then you know there's something wrong with that computer. You know that they're missing the profile for your company. So you might have to manually install the profile on the local C program data, Cisco AnyConnect profile, and you might have to add that file in there for this to work. Some companies might have a profile, some companies may not have a profile. It depends how it's set up in your environment. But for me, my personal environment, the jobs I worked before, they usually have a profile that you put on it. It's like a profile that's loaded on the computer, and that you have to manually put it there, if that makes sense. So I'm just, I have to go over this because you might encounter this in your job. All right. So now that that's done, now I'm going to connect to VPN, and then you're gonna be like, oh, but Kevin, you're getting this weird error message, and you got to change the settings. So you hit block notifications on trusted servers, and you connect. Obviously, you do not do this in real life. Do not do this in real life. Obviously, this is just for practice only, if that makes sense. So then you log in, and then if you're in an IT environment, you get a two-factor authentication, and you allow it from your phone. So you put your password in, you hit OK, you allow it from your phone, you trust it or you allow it, and then you're all set. And just connect anyway. And then it's going to download the VPN adapter. And I'll show you what that is. I'll show you how to get to that. And I'll show you how to troubleshoot that. So now we're fully connected, right? And when you're connected on VPN, you have to understand when you connect VPN, all the stuff that you normally do in your job in the office, it should work now. So the H drive should work. The share drive should work. Outlook should work now. Anything that you have that's in the office, it should work now. Outlook, Excel, Word, PowerPoint. They work anyway, but if you're opening share drive stuff that's on the network in the office, now it should actually work while being on a laptop. So you shouldn't have this issue now. So now you're on VPN, you should be able to open up your share drives, you should be opening up all your stuff, and you should be good to go. Now, how do you check the Cisco AnyConnect adapter? So you go into the start menu, you go in and type control panel, you go into view network status. You go into change advanced sharing settings. No, change adapter settings. Sorry, change adapter settings. And there's this thing called Cisco AnyConnect. You hit properties, and you hit IPv4. And you notice that automatically it gives it an IP address. That means it's working the way it's supposed to work. So some companies, the VPN might not work properly, so you might have to, some companies, like some network admins, they might give you an IP address that you have to manually put down here, and you hit OK, and then VPN is going to work after that. So I don't know, it's just some weird issues that you might encounter. I'm just letting you know. That's an issue that I encounter, so you might have that issue, you might not have that issue. Obviously, the common issues is if Wi-Fi is not working on the laptop, you're going to have a lot of problems, obviously. So now the certificate, how do you get into the certificate? I'll show you how to do that right now, and then we'll close out this video. So I hope this video helps you out. So you want to open up MMC as an admin. So you run as administrator. Obviously, I have admin rights here, so I could do it. I could do whatever I want. You go into add and remove snapping. I believe it's that one. Yeah, it is that one. You hit certificates. You hit add computer account, local computer, finish. So now you have this thing called personal, right? So here there should be a folder for VPN for Cisco AnyConnect. Just letting you know right now. You might not see it on this, because this is I'm testing something, so you might not see it here. You gotta remember that this is a test VPN connection, so you might not see it on my computer. But normally you'll have like Cisco AnyConnect or some sort of Cisco thing on the certificates, and you might have to you might have to allow it, or you might have to add the certificates on the computer. It depends on the company. Every company is different. So you might see certificates here. Some certificates might be missing from the computer or laptop, and then you can't connect to VPN. So you might have a bad computer. You might have a computer you might have to reimage. You might have a computer that the VPN doesn't want to work. Or obviously, to troubleshoot VPN, you might want to try logging in as yourself, connected to the user's computer. So the computer can't connect, if the user can't connect to VPN and it's not working for them at all, but it works for you, for example, then you might wanna open up VPN right over here, right? I can get out of this. This is just troubleshooting steps. You might want to open up VPN here, hit connect with your username, connect with your password, and then what you do is you once you're fully connected, you go into CMD and you run GP update force, because maybe the policies are missing on that computer, and you run GP update force. You let the policies get pushed in on that computer, and then you disconnect VPN and you have them try again. That might fix that problem. But like I said, maybe their account is locked out. Maybe they're locked out of dual or their two-factor authentication. Maybe their passwords expire. Or maybe they're missing the roaming profile or the profile on the C drive program data. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell, and I hope this video helps you out. So now you could say that you understand IT support, help desk, or tech support with VPN in depth. Basically, you could troubleshoot it in so many different ways. I hope this video helps you out. Obviously, the only thing we could do as an IT person, help desk, desktop support, or IT support is uninstall and reinstall it. If you try everything and it doesn't want to work, uninstall, reinstall, it might fix it as well. We can't do anything beyond that. If it doesn't work for him, and if it doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work for a bunch of other people, then that means you're having an issue where the network is completely down, and VPN, Cisco, the Zen scaler, the Cisco scaler is probably down. Everything's down probably right now. So you might have to escalate it to the network admin. You might have to escalate it to them. You might have to talk to management. Whatever your company is set up as, and you might have to escalate to the specific person to look at why it's not working. But if it doesn't work for anyone, and it's not working for them, and it's not working for you, then we have a big problem. Then VPN doesn't work for anyone. So, but you want to troubleshoot. This is basically this video is you want to troubleshoot everything you possibly can before you escalate the ticket to a level 2 guy or to a server admin or to a network admin. You don't want to just start, oh, it's not working. Okay, it's not working. I give up. All right, here you go. You could go look at it, and you create a ticket, you send it to them. Did you try this? Did you try that? Did you try this? Did you try, sometimes there's an issue with their Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is probably not. The Wi-Fi might say connected, right? And it is not connected, and it doesn't work. And does it work on your phone? It's not working on your phone. Does it work on your iPad? No, it doesn't work on your iPad. So you might have to restart your router, or you might have to contact the ISP. You don't know. So this is like little things on troubleshooting 101. So anyway, thank you for watching my video. I greatly appreciate it. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. I hope this video helps you out if you're doing IT support, desktop support, technical support. And that's it. That's all I got for you for today. All right. You guys have a great day, and I hope you guys have a great week. Happy Sunday. Take care. Peace. Later.